Okay, so for Monday, April 6th, for math, we're going to start learning about fractions. Fractions are a piece of a whole. So a whole is one solid piece. Okay, so we can pretend that this is a cracker. Okay, so let's pretend this is a cracker and it's one whole cracker. Okay, the whole thing. If I wanted, let me draw another one. If I wanted to share my cracker with someone, I would cut it into equal parts, and that would be a fraction. I would be giving my friend half or a fraction of my cracker. Okay, so a fraction is a piece of a whole. Okay, a part of a whole. That's a fraction. So when you think about fractions, think about sharing with someone. Okay, a piece that you would give someone else. So this one right here, this would be an equal part or share. Again, if you're gonna share with your friend, you wanna make sure to be fair and equal. You wanna give them an equal part. So this one is equal because each person is getting the same amount, half and half. If I was gonna give someone something unequal, let me get my cracker again, I would do something like this, where one person gets this side and the other person gets this one. That would be unequal, an unequal part or share. Okay, so this one is equal. This is the whole. This is an equal part or share because they're exactly the same size. This is unequal, an unequal part or share because they are not the same size. It's not fair that one person gets this one and one person gets this one. It's unequal. So let's look at different shapes. So I have a heart. And if I wanted to make this into an equal part, where would I do my line? Let's see. If I wanted to do it like this, would that be equal? Would that be equal? I think the best way to make this equal so that each person gets the same amount or the same size would it be if I went straight down like that. So if I made a line on my heart, each person would get the same size. Okay, I have some scissors here. I'm going to try to cut it with one hand. Something like that. So I could give one piece to one friend and one piece to another friend, and they would have equal parts. I had the whole, remember the whole thing. I cut it in half, and now each person gets an equal part. These are equal parts. Now, if I got the same shape, my same whole, and I cut it like this, is that equal or unequal? I had my whole, but now I have this piece and this piece. Is it fair that this one person gets this one and one person gets this one? No, they're not the same. It's not fair. We want, this is an unequal part. Usually if we're gonna share with someone, we need equal parts. So this would be unequal. Someone gets this side and someone gets this side. So it's equal and unequal parts or shares. Okay, now let's try it with a different shape. I have my circle. The best way to make a fraction with a circle would be to cut it directly in half. So let me try to cut it in half. So if we're pretending that this is a pizza and we're going to share with one other friend, then I would have an equal portion here and an equal portion here. Okay? Equal parts. It's fair. It's fair that one person gets this one, and it's fair that another person gets this one. Equal. I have my whole, the whole thing, and one. Equal parts. Okay? Now let's try it again. Let's try to make an unequal part. If I made an unequal part, I can get here. Be something like that. Is that equal? No, it's not. This one is bigger than this one. So this would be an unequal part. Unequal part, that means someone gets a small piece and another person gets a big piece. Okay, so this is what fractions are all about. A fraction is a piece of a whole. That is a fraction. Okay, so this is what we're going to be learning about this week. So we're going to move on over to our GoMath. This week or today, you are going to be doing the review number 1 we are on week 3 now. Review number 1, so you're going to do these 5 little questions just kind of as a math warm-up. After that, you're going to go to GoMath. We are on module 16 now, and we are on page 571. So again, we have 2 wholes, 2 whole pieces. I want you to show me 2 triangles. I want you to make 2 triangles out of this. Now, we learned how to do this back when we were talking about shapes, how to make shapes out of one big shape. So the way that we could make 2 triangles would be if I went from corner to corner. I have 2 parts, 2 equal parts. Now here, it wants me to show 3 triangles. How could I show 3 triangles? Well, I could do something like this. I go up and down. It's a little crooked. But I have a 1 triangle here. Remember, a triangle has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. And another triangle here. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 in the middle. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. That's a way to make 3 triangles. Now, on this side, my 2 triangles are equal. They are the same size. If I go to this side, my 3 triangles are different sizes. It's not going to be equal. So let's turn the page. Let's see what's on this side. All right. So the same thing like I explained earlier. These show equal parts or equal shares. Each person gets the same amount. If we were going to cut it into 4 pieces, each of the 4 people would get 4 of the same size pieces. This one shows unequal parts or unequal shares. So on this one, if I'm going to share with a friend, it's not fair. It would be unequal to give one person this whole piece and the other person gets stuck with this little one. It's unequal. Same thing with this one. If I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces, if I have 4 friends, is it fair that one person gets this little one person gets this one, and then another person gets this one, and then another one? It's not fair. It's unequal. It's not the same size. So what we're going to do for this activity is you're just going to write if the parts on the shape are equal or unequal. So I have a rectangle and it's cut directly in half. And it looks like I have the same size shapes. So this one would be equal parts. Here I have a square. The square is cut into 4 pieces. Are the pieces even? Are they equal or unequal? Can I share with a friend and will everybody get the same size? Yeah. So this would be equal parts. Now let's look at number 3. If I'm sharing with a friend, is it equal? Is it the same on both sides? No, it's not. One person would get this little piece and one person would get this big piece. This is unequal. I'm gonna write it down here, parts. Okay, so you're gonna do the same for these ones on the bottom. Over here, number 7, color the shapes that show equal shares. So you're gonna color the ones, just shade it with your pencil. If you wanna use crayon, you can use crayon. Color the ones that have equal shares, okay? The ones that are equal. The ones that show unequal. On number 8, you're gonna show the ones that are equal. So number 7 is unequal, and number 8 is equal. Now number 9 and 10, write the number of equal shares. How many pieces are there? And then on number 11 and number 12, I want you to draw the lines to show the parts. So how would you make 2 equal shares? How would you make 2 unequal shares? And the same thing with the circles. Okay, you're gonna do the back also, and you're also gonna do the homework practice. This page and this page. And we'll go ahead and work on 16.2 the next time.